Talk-27, Sunday, 21st July, 1895. Today's talk was on Patanjali's yoga aphorisms. Yoga is the science of restraining the chitta, the mind, from breaking into vrittis, or modifications. Mind is a mixture of sensation and feelings, or action and reaction, so it cannot be permanent. The mind has a fine body, and through this it works on the gross body. Vedanta says that behind the mind is the real. And by practice and non-attachment, we can conquer the mind. Our Hindu ancestors sat down and thought on God and morality, and so have we brains to use for the same ends. But in the rush of trying to get gain, we are likely to lose them again. The body has in itself a certain power of curing itself, and many things can rouse this curative power into action, such as mental conditions or medicine and exercise. As long as we are disturbed by physical conditions, so long we need the help of physical agencies. Not until we have got rid of bondage to the nerves can we disregard them. There is the unconscious mind, but it is below consciousness, which is just one part of the human organism. Philosophy is guesswork about the mind. Religion is based upon sense contact, upon seeing, the only basis of knowledge. What comes in contact with the superconscious mind is fact. Aptas are those who have sensed religion. The proof is that if you follow their method, you too will see. Each science requires its own particular method and instruments. An astronomer cannot show you the rings of Saturn by the aid of all the pots and pans in the kitchen. He needs a telescope. So to see the great facts of religion, the methods of those who have already seen must be followed. The greater the science, the more varied the means of studying it. Before we came into the world, God provided the means to get out. So all we have to do is to find the means. But do not fight over methods. Look only for realization and choose the best method you can find to suit you. Eat the mangoes and let the rest quarrel over the basket. See Christ, then you will be a Christian. As all else is talk, the less talk, the better. The message makes the messenger. The Lord makes the temple, not vice versa. Learn until the glory of the Lord shines through your face, as it shone through the face of the sages. Guess against guess makes fight, but talk of what you have been, and no human heart can resist it. Delusion creates delusion. Delusion creates itself and destroys itself. Such is Maya. All so-called knowledge is based on Maya and is a vicious circle. It accepts the other two, but posits a third, the eternal, the ultimate, the last analysis, the unit, where there is no further compound. Birth is recomposition. Death is decomposition. And the final analysis is where Atman is found, there being no further division possible, and the ultimate is reached. The whole ocean is present at the back of each wave, and all manifestations are waves, some very big, some small, yet all are the ocean in their essence, the whole ocean. But as waves, each is apart. When the waves are stilled, then all is one. As Patanjali says, a spectator without a spectacle. When the mind is active, Atman is mixed up with it. The repetition of old forms in quick succession is memory. So be unattached, for knowledge is power. By knowledge you can even banish the material world. When you can mentally get rid of one quality after another from any object until all are gone, you can at will make the object itself disappear from your consciousness. Those who are ready advance very quickly and can become yogis in 6 months or less. The less developed may take several years or decades. And anyone, by faithful work and by giving up everything else and devoting himself solely to practice, can reach the goal. Bhakti will bring you there without any of these mental gymnastics, but it is a slower way. Ishvara is Atman, as seen or grasped by mind. The Self's highest name is Om. So repeat it, meditate on it, and think of all its wonderful nature and attributes. Repeating Om continually is the only true worship. It is not a word, it is God Himself. Religion gives you nothing new. It only takes off obstacles and lets you see yourself. Sickness is the first great obstacle. A healthy body is the best instrument. Melancholy is an almost insuperable barrier. If you have once known Brahman, never after can you be melancholy. Doubt, want of perseverance, mistaken ideas are other obstacles. Pranas are subtle energies, sources of motion. There are 10 in all, 5 inward and 5 outward. One great current flows upwards and the other downwards. Pranayama is controlling the pranas through breathing. Breath is the fuel, prana is the steam, and the body is the engine. Pranayama has 3 parts: the in-breathing, the holding the breath, and the out-breathing. The Guru is the conveyance in which the spiritual influence is brought to you. Anyone can teach, but spirit must be passed on by the Guru to the disciple, and that will fructify. The relation between disciples is that of brotherhood, and this is actually accepted by law in India. The Guru passes the thought power, the mantra, that he has received from those before him. And nothing can be done without a Guru. In fact, great danger ensues. Usually, without a Guru, these yoga practices lead to lust. But with one, this seldom happens. Each Ishta has a mantra. The Ishta is the ideal peculiar to the particular worshipper. The mantra is the external word to express it. Constant repetition of the word helps to fix the ideal firmly in the mind. This method of worship prevails among religious devotees all over India.